So how this was born about was the VWAP Predator is a very good gauge of looking for that momentum building in a bullish or a bearish direction, and we need to take advantage of that momentum. So we've got lots of ASBs and indicators for different market conditions. So the range breakout, the roller coaster, the X-Brad algo, we've got the slingshot. Okay, so all of those produce a signal and it can go long or short. Yeah, bear with me a second. But the idea is if that momentum keeps going, how can we add more contracts to that move? Because it's going. We want to get more people on that train. We're gonna make more money. And the VWAP Predator was purely designed to begin with as a scaling type strategy to add more contracts. And I've gone through a lot of videos for that. And if you're watching the recording for this webinar, we're going to put some links down to those scaling videos because it's very, very important. So what I've done is I've actually taken some of the things that I give examples to the developer for, to show him the use of this particular, the VWAP Predator. So this is the same moment in time. So this chart behind me is a roller coaster, okay? So that's that blue square. That's that whole move on the VWAP Predator. But this thing just keeps going. So why can't we add some more contracts to that if momentum's going? So this is now, this little inset here is where we add more contracts. We add 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even later on 5 contracts here to this move. So what we're doing is we're increasing the profit for the one move. So the average price for this is important to understand that when you start to add other contracts, the average holding price moves up like you're buying stocks. So this is 24 ticks times 4 contracts, 96 ticks in total, times $12.50. This is copper, $1,200 profit. So instead of just doing one contract for that and making $400-500, you've been able to multiply and scale into that position. One more example is that, again, here we have a roller coaster, because the roller coaster is the one that we designed it around first, and then obviously now it can be used with by the side of slingshot and all the other ASBs. The idea is it gives us that ability to scale into any move because the XBRAT VWAP Predator has its own rules. So in this situation, we see here, so the blue box again is the roller coaster move. So we get a signal. You see down here, it's a market order. Okay, this is using that new technology, the buffer instead of a stop market, and then it goes. And then these 2 extra contracts being added in these 2 green boxes here, you can see on the right-hand side here are these 2 green boxes in that point here. So as the momentum goes on the separate chart, on the different strategy, on the same time frame, momentum is building. So we get a VWAP Predator signal. Second contract, third contract. Remember, the first contract's on there. So that's 3 contracts at 22 ticks, average holding price, 66 ticks in total, $825 instead of the 1 contract going in. So this is the idea of the VWAP Predator ASB, is that it helps us scale into those moves. Now, for me, it depends on contract size, and what we're going to do is I'm going to put some training together for the VWAP Predator ASB, because it's very important to understand, and I actually do mention that on some of the scaling videos, is you need size in your account to be able to deal with the maximum amount of contracts. So if you've got $100,000, for example, you can have 6, 7 contracts. If you've got $15,000, you can't add any more contracts. You don't have the margin. So it really depends on, what you trade and what your account size is going to be. And not every single move is going to have a VWAP Predator kick, a turbo boost, but there are a lot of them. So again, people sort of getting this in the future, and they've only got a $10,000 account size, you're going to be looking at micros. You're going to be adding micros. So you're going to be trading MHG, MCL, MGC, that sort of thing. You can start with 2 contracts, and every time you get a VWAP Predator, add 2 more contracts and scale that way. So let's just take that off. So before I take any questions on this, I just want to go through some examples here, which I think are relevant. And what I've done is chosen some random futures contracts that not everybody trades, but actually they're very tradable, just to show you the difference. So this is 6E. The reason why I've chose 6E is going to start do some more work on 6E because one of my apprentices in Q4 has chosen his marriage, if you like, to the one instrument, because the apprentices always choose one instrument, and he's chosen 6E. So this will become more in my mind now, because I've got somebody for the next, I think he's on week 5 now, so for the next 35 weeks he will be doing all of his work, behavioral work, and work on all of the strategies with 6E. So the VWAP Predator looks like this normally, and this is what I've put it on. You can have that on the ASB, but we want to speed up these things. Okay, so we've added some more things to the VWAP Predator ASB back end to get rid of this, because drawing lines and shading in lines like this actually slows the computer down. Even to the point where we're having previous trades, the historical trades on, slows the computer down. Even if you've got supercomputer, super VPS, you're going to be, if you're running multiple ASBs on different time frames, different strategies, it's going to make the machine work. It's going to make the VPS work. So the idea is, with this, if I now go to ZN, all the lines and all the shadings missing, we can actually check boxes to take that away to speed it up. So all we do is get the signal candles and obviously all of the work working. So this is ZN as an example, sort of last night and this morning, with adding contracts. So this is on a Unirenko 2610. And you can see this move comes through here. We get a sell signal at this point, another sell signal at this point, and then a third one added at that point. When I look on the back end, just a quick preview of the back end, maximum position size is 3. Okay, that's why you don't see any more. Okay, now we've got the buffer in there as well, and some other things. But the main thing is we want to enter quantity 1 at a time, and the maximum size is 3. This is why you'll see 1, 2, 3 entries, and then we get taken out of the trailing stop. However, something else that we've built in now, and it's on all of the ASBs, this little thing up here, if we click on signals, these are the signals that weren't taken. Okay, so when we're back testing, and eventually next year, when my new guy starts to build machine learning, we can actually look at these signals and say, okay, so my max is position size is 3. If I made that max position size 4, I would have made a lot more money. Obviously 5 is very close to where we come out, so that's no good. But we can toggle those off, so we can actually see, if you can look at those signal stripes that weren't taken, so that will help us when we're back testing a lot more. And that is available on all the other ASBs as well. So we can see, I mean, this is not even optimized, guys. I'm just literally chosen the time frame, okay, and this is something that we go through all the time. And then the strategy performance report. This is over 90 days on ZN. This is made. Let's bring it over here. So $2,600, 76% win rate, and I've not even optimized it yet. One of the first things we do when we optimize is we look at the clusters of winners and losers. So I can see in where the purple is here is I'm not going to allow the ASB to trade. And when I optimize that, I'm just going to be looking for the clusters of winners. So basically sort of, this sort of time, so 3 a.m. is the European Open. We do get some movement and winners there. We've got a good cluster here at 9 a.m. and then obviously through to 10:30 a.m. That's a good cluster of winners. We get another one here, and then we get another one in the evening as well. So